Oh, hi there. It's Friday, at the end of the week. I've got the heart rate monitor on. I'm ready to go. It's a little high because I was running up and down the stairs just to get some water. Just you need to sort of moisten this heart rate monitor a bit at the contact point. So I ran up, get some water, like get it going, and now I'm almost out of breath. But yeah, end of the week. It's been a good week. Going to play some games on 10-second games on Shogi Wars. Going to try to continue to build up wins towards the Furuta avatar. It's looking more and more like that's going to be a stretch goal. That's going to be tough unless I really just buckle down off stream and play a batch of 3-minute games and win a batch of 3-minute games. It's looking like maybe this won't be happening. We'll see. The event, let's take a look. I think I've got like 20 at this point. 21 wins. 21 wins. And I need 79 more wins in fewer than 16 days. Less than 16 days time. That's a lot of wins. That's a lot of wins. But no time like the present. Noticed on stream yesterday early on, you could see like the steam rising up earlier on, and yeah, it's getting to that point now where it's a little cooler out here. Here we are. Change the scene and begin. Try to play some solid shogi. Try not to just throw Drake. I like this avatar. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Hey, Killer Ducky. Thank you. Kosher, yeah. It is back. It is back. Tulip, nice to see you. Great stream again earlier today. 3 wins. Drake 06. Drake 06.
2
So this usually becomes that left Mino, and there it is. And
4 5 6 7 8 9
you know, I think I usually seem to do all right against it.
1
All right, so this is fast. This is going to be a little fast.
5
This is going to be fast.
7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
Do I have to do this? I think I could bring the bishop back. This is a nice opening. I think this is a real nice Shogi Wars.
5 6 7 8 9
I think this is a really nice 10-second opening. He builds his castle nicely. Yeah, the castle is nicely built. So he's safe, and then you push.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
I don't know if it works.
1 2 3
It doesn't. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I had to bring up the gold. I had to bring up the gold.
2
I had to bring up the gold.
4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5
You know, I could even if I get my rook over here,
1
it's not the greatest.
3
It's not the
6 7 8 9
it's not the greatest position because he's got a nice Mino.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、
Let's do this again.
1、2、
I have no
3、
pawn. So let's do this, and then we'll come back.
1、2、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
It's an interesting position. So if he comes up, what does he do?
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
I don't think I like that so much. I don't think I like... Whoa!
2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、
That is not a trap. That's
9。
not a trap rook. I thought it was a trap rook. So I misread that. I did misread that. Yeah, I didn't see this square.
3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2。
I'm alright with that.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Darn. Yeah, so he still saves the rook. He still saves the rook. That's a nice move.
6、7、8、9。
That's not good. It's a little. I ran out of time. You know, I was trying to make the knight drop here, so I think that's a
1、2、
clear example of
4、5、
not.
6、7、8、9。
Let's come over here.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
It's tough. Yeah, it's falling apart. It's all falling apart.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Yeah, it's all falling apart. Beautiful game by my opponent. You know, tricky opening and then just lots of solid play.
3、4、5、6、7、8。
Let's come back. Let's play. Let's play the shenanigans. If he wants to exchange, he comes back here. He can't because
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、
I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what that is.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、
Oh, yeah. Okay.
3、
Okay.
4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、
Just yeah,
Look.
he's
7、8、9、
he is absolutely wrecking me. He is absolutely wrecking me. Never faltering.
Each.
Never faltering.
2、3、
Well done.
1、2、3、4、5、6、1、2、
Is there any way I can build an attack?
1、2、3、
What was that?
4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、
Oh my gosh. Ah.
2、3、4、5、6、7、 1、
I can't take because he can take.
3、4、5、6、7、8、9、 1、2、 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Let's go towards the king. I think it's usually said that it's safer to run towards the king. I mean towards the rook.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。 1、2、3、4、5、6。 1、
Now he's got the one gap. Yeah.
1、2、3、
But he's
4。
got no. But he's got no. He's got no side pieces yet.
1、2、3、4、5、6、 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
That's, yeah. Shoot. I don't want to lose that way. I don't want to lose that way. Good game. Good game to my opponent. That's a long one. I'm gonna begin the procedure. I want to see if there were any chances for me in that one. No, there were none. There were none. It was perfection. It was perfection the entire way. Very nice. It felt very strong. Very strong. Coward Castle hater forced into Coward Castle. No. So that's the thing. Hey, Zenmius, hey, for doing great to see you. Super Goiak, Domino, Emperor Rex, good day to you all. I don't like when the opponent is cowardly. When I'm cowardly, I'm all right with it. I'm totally okay with it. I'm being true to myself. It's because I believe my opponents can do better than to be cowardly. Boy, that's an impressive game. Very impressive game. Where did I crumble here? It was the it was trying to trap the rook. It was trying to trap the rook. Yeah. But if I do come up, is that not okay? What's the response here? It's because they have a token at the end? So the answer is this. Oh, that's just too good. That's just too good. Yeah. Oh, wow. My guess is this opponent was so good, I'm guessing that he would have seen that. But wow. That is snazzy. So this is the second time now in less than a week that I've tried a left side of the board Koshiro trap. And it was completely wrong. It was completely wrong, and I was busted. Yajinobori? Yajinobori, good to see you. Hello. All right, that was a fun game. I didn't track the loss.
Loss. Current streak is 1 loss.
Oops, I tried to bring that back up. So in the end, we see that there were no chances for me. But how was there anything I could have done to make it trickier? Like here's my only chance of it getting slightly back to even. I just play shogi. I don't know. Like it feels fine to me. It feels totally fine to me. But what did I do? Oh, I did this. This is fine. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And then I pulled back. What could I have done here? What could I have done rather than pull back? Drop the pawn. If I drop the pawn, it feels like that's just a loss of a pawn. If I drop the pawn, he brings his silver up or his bishop up. And then he brings this and then he drops the pawn and then he caps. Like if I drop the pawn, bishop up, rook back, cap. So maybe I make threats like this first. I think trying to own that diagonal would be some annoyance. You feel like there's some time when if the board doesn't go my way, I get lost and I don't know what to play. Oh, that's a lot of that. You're describing my shogi life in a nutshell. Even when things do go my way, I get lost and I don't know what to play. But finding ideas or finding candidates is, especially in unknown situations, like this is a relatively unknown position to me. Usually I don't struggle against this. Like I think in my past, this is something that I've been able to defeat rather easily, I think. But this opponent felt great. So I'm not going to even I'm going to assume that whatever I do, I'm going to sort of potentially lose, but maybe the idea is to keep pressure on this diagonal. The thing is, it allows him, he's able to come up. He's able to come up and he's able to both develop his pieces and parry my threats relatively easily. Like it's like a one-move threat almost. I can't come up while this guy is here. I could come up and then block the diagonal. No, because if I come up, and then he comes up, and then I block the diagonal, this trade is no longer so good because it's not really threatening that rook. The rook just goes back. All right, great game to my opponent. I'm gonna look that up. I want to see if he's only Shodan. Okay. Nice. Okay. Raccoon Ryza.
対局開始。
よろしくお願いします。
嬉しの竜。
嬉しの竜。I still have Fujimori Sensei?
2 1
So this is both of these players were 3 winning.
1 2
Come on.
1 1 2 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 1
All right, so I'm going to slow it down. These types of players, they want to rush. I'm not going to let them. I'm going to change the psychological pace of this game.
4 5 6 7 8 9
Let's get our silver up.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
He comes up. Yeah.
1 2 3 4 5
So I think he can take.
1
Oh boy.
3 4 5 6 7
Yeah, this is not good.
1 2 3、4、
This is terrible. This is...
7、
Yeah, it's terrible.
1、2、3、4、
Interesting. I feel like he
1、
messed that up.
3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、
Drop the silver. Oh,
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、6、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、
yeah, just like we discussed,
4、
the cap. But I do have the bishop here. You know, I do have the bishop, so he can't just cap.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、
Nice.
2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Is there something I'm missing? Is there something I'm missing? I think there may be. Okay.
2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7。
Huh.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6。
What am I doing?
1、2、3、4、
Do I have
Go.
mate?
6、7、8、9。 1、
That's a terrible one because I could have just jumped my knight.
5、6、7、8、9。
It's a complete waste. It's a complete waste. Complete waste.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。 1、2、3、 4 5 6 7 8 9
Pawn. I should have dropped the pawn. Should have dropped the pawn.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
Do I have anything?
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8
I think I'm fast. I think I'm faster.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
Dang, 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 dang. Dang, dang, dang.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1
Come up.
2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
Pawn might have been better. Pawn might have been better. No.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
Ah! No.
1
Oh, that's fine.
3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4
I think that's mate by coming down.
7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4
ありがとうございました。
お見事でした。
Okay.
Win. Current streak is 1 win.
The heart rate. I see the heart rate at 128. I see it's at 128 and dropping now. 128 and rising. I think I've said before, you know, the heart rate goes up highest. It seems like we've seen that. The heart rate goes up highest during an attempt to mate. I think there were some strange, some oddities in that one. Did I track it? I didn't. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. What was the question? What was the I think the opponent gave up a big opportunity here. I think they should just take this. So if they take this, I think this is too good. I think this is way too good. The Joseki is 7-5 silver. 7-5 silver. Well, where are we talking? Where are we talking? where are we talking Josuke 7-5 silver? Silver 8-5, silver 7-5. Well, he didn't do silver 8-5. I mean, he did silver 8-5 now, but now because my pawn is pushed, I can't do that. So like here, you know, if he would have come forward, you know, then I would have done this, or I would have come up. But you know, the problem here is that he's defending this rook, so I can't do this. I can't do this because now, you know, now this happens. So normally you don't push the pawn. Yeah. Yeah, normally I don't. It's just I don't see how now. I guess I've got to push the pawn. Well, I've already pushed the pawn. I have one pawn. Yeah, so I have one pawn in hand. So now I could do now let's just say I do this. You know, I come back. I don't know if I didn't really need to do that, but I come back. You know, he comes forward. I come up. And now if he tries it, you know, I get this. Wait, the thing is bad. Yeah, so I think in the end, I think one of the wrong moves was bringing this silver up. I mean, the bishop up here. I think the bishop should have... Once he brought the gold to 7-2, I think my bishop belongs on 5-7. You think both is okay? Yeah, I'm sure both can hold. It's just, well, there is no continued attack. Wait, what you say to continue to attack, but there's no attack. So like, if here, it's his move. You know, let's say I come up. You know, I come up here. What are you saying? Pawn 3-5. Well, I've got to get my pawn to 3-6 first. But I come up here. I come up. If he does this, you know, I come up. Yeah, this is an idea, and I think this is too good. I think this is too good for them. I don't think you think. Maybe it's this order. Yeah, maybe the order is important. The order is important because my bishop is already here. I think what I'm confusing it with is when the gold is there and then I can't, and then I bring up my bishop. I'm one tempo behind because he could take the silver and then I take the rook and he takes the bishop and he's up the silver. So if I'm already here, I guess it's fine. Yeah. All right. You know, that's what I normally do. I'm outthinking myself. I'm definitely outthinking myself with some of these, just because my opening has been struggling lately with those weird, you know, the sort of the Soda Bisha type
あなたが
stuff.
先手です。
Koaz.
始
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
2嬉しのり
We're at the low player population count. I'm getting strong players.
1 2 1
All right, let's make him wait. Let's make him wait.
4 5 6
Let's make him wait.
2
Psychology. We need the psychology. The psychology of shogi is important.
6 7 8
So now he's pausing.
1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5
Keep going.
6 7
Yeah, I'll keep going.
1
Oh, okay. So he's doing the same. He's going for that same thing.
5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3
So I'm going to take this pawn with my bishop, and then I'm going to plop it down.
7 8 9
Plop it down.
1 2 3
The
4
faster he plays, the slower I'm going to play.
7 8 9
So if anyone is out there thinking of 10-second bully tactics,
1 2
just think,
4 5 6 7 8 9
I will not be bullied.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7叩きの歩 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
I think I messed it up. I should have brought the silver up. But that's fine.
3 4 5 6 7 8 9
I gotta make a move. Unfortunately. I think that's not
3 4 5 1 2 1
speed it up.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
I don't think that works.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 時間切れがち
Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay.
Win. Current streak is 2 wins.
All right, that felt pretty good. Hey, Gust One, great to see you. Oh, Zenmius, are you being serious? Was it a good game? You know, we talked about the opening. This is your help. This is your help here. You got me back on track on my opening. You got me back on track in my opening. I'm pretty much I'm out of liquid, and I need some more tea. So I'm going to take a quick little break here, and then just be right back. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to mute my mic. Oh, I didn't put up the be right back sign. I didn't put up the be right back sign. Sorry about that. Okay. A good start. A good start. That's a lot of rating points. Wow. Okay. 5.2. Take it. That psychological 10-second. Another Shodan. Goodness. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. A lot of games played.
1嬉しの竜
Urushinoryu.
1
Okay, so we're getting opposing rook. We're getting opposing rook. Oh, no.
2
What are we getting?
3 4
What are we getting? We're getting Nakabisha.
2
Nakabisha Coward Castle.
5 6 1 2
What is this?
1
What is this castle? That's not Cozy Castle, right?
鳥
Torizashi. I'm surprised that
Ni-
Torizashi triggered there.
3
Because I haven't even pushed the pawn.
1 2
Oh, it's just gonna be Kimuramino. No, it's not.
2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 1 2 3 1 2 3
Bark, bark!
5
It's
6
the true coward.
8 9
The true coward. It's the like the real Ghostbusters. It's the real Coward Castle. So there's an.
1 2 3 4
I was gonna say there's a trick here, which I've seen work.
2 3 4 5 6 7 8
Which Urashino Sensei himself did against Adreno Shogi, where he won this gold.
3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
I don't. Ah, you know that's fine. It's fine.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
It's real bad. That silver move is really bad.
2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
Yeah.
2 3
That's real bad. It's real bad. I definitely did not want to give up the exchange.
1
Yeah. Good play by my opponent. Very nice play by my opponent.
3 4
And now it's
6
basically
Nana.
crumbling.
8 9叩きの歩1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1
Oh boy, oh boy.
4 5 6 7 8 9
Yeah,
どんまいどんまい
crushed. Good game. Good game. Good
Loss.
game.
Current streak is 1 loss.
Hey Harlu, nice to see you. I'm playing good players today. I think I'm playing well today. Like this game maybe not so much, but I think I'm playing well. I'm gonna keep it going here. You know, it's you know, this is a very cowardly player. You know, a defensive oriented Nakabisha player, and I gave the opportunity for the exchange, you know, which I didn't want to do. I think this is just too hopeful. This is just too hopeful. I think it's just too hopeful. Do I come up? Do I come up here? And I try, this is where I try to get my knight, I try to get this battery going. Maybe even pull the bishop back and try to add attackers. No, because then he could force the exchange. You know, this gold 5-8 move or 5-2 move, which the engine always loves, it always gets me into trouble in this very way, is that it means that I can no longer exchange bishops. Because it so often just gives up the drops. So let's I'm gonna do this. Get the silver up. Get the silver up. Yeah, you know, I know the engine loves these positions. Like, I know that the engine loves these positions. You know, the coward castle and the Nakabisha. I know that the engine hates it. I know the engine just absolutely despises it. But it's tough. It's tough. It's, you know, it always feels like it's one move away from breaking open, and I gave him that move. I gave that exchange. So what is the line that it suggests? Come on, Shogi Wars. Get into 2010 in terms of your software quality. Come on. Okay, and now it wants to start getting that diagonal open. Wow. Wow. This is hairy. What does it want? What would my response be? I don't think it would be the knight jump. I don't think it would be the knight jump, and I don't think it would be the bishop. Because I'm pretty certain we don't want to exchange bishops. That said, a pawn drop, then we get a nice, maybe our bishop drop is pretty nice now. But his would come with tempo. So like, would I just climb? Interesting. Yeah. So back to the position. Why do we like this? Why does the engine love this? Our king is somewhat safe. Their king is also somewhat safe. Their king, I'd say, is a little more safe than mine. Their silvers are all back. They have no space. Yeah, so like in chess lingo, I would say that I control more space. But I don't feel that matters as much in shogi as like acute tactics. Like, my bishop is kind of wasted right now, and I'm afraid to trade it. So my bishop is kind of dead. I have a lot of I do have a lot of space. But having a lot of space also means that he has a lot of drop points, you know, for Sabakiing. If he sabakis off that, the bishops or something else. Where is my attack coming from, I guess? So, oops. From this point, where is our attack coming from? I don't know if Foradun is there, but Foradun had passed on a Jakob Ogard interview. He's a chess educator. He's a chess educator and internet chess kind of famous person. He tweets and he goes on a bunch of interview shows. But he was talking about positional advantages, and one of the things that he mentioned is that a good player or a great player, we'll say, like, there will be a problem. What white to move, for example. And he was telling a story of how at this camp, this chess camp, he was like the only non-grandmaster, I think, at the time. And all the grandmasters saw it. And he saw it, but he said something that I say a lot on stream. It's like, I saw that, but I don't see the follow-up. And the thing is, the grandmasters were like, well, I don't see the follow-up either, but I know it's good. I know that, like, at the end of this, I'll have 2 bishops, or I can't remember what it was, or, he'll have 2 weak pawns. It's like, I don't see the follow-up either. They would say, I don't see the follow-up either, but I know this is good. So even if you don't see the follow-up, you do what is good, and good things will happen, I guess, out of it. It's and at the risk of being trite, I think sometimes, and because especially in shogi, sometimes there are some very concrete things that can be done, or very concrete responses that the opponent can do that will kind of bust open your little, I think I have the advantage type positions. But so I'm trying to understand here, like, what I'm trying to ask the question that shouldn't be asked, which is, okay, so what next? Hey, Olive Mycon, great to see you again. Yeah, to do this, you need to develop your instinct. Yeah, Nova SWAT, great to see you. But that's the thing. You do need to develop the instinct. But my instinct says, and is confirmed by the engine. Not that that matters, but my instinct says I've got the advantage here. My instinct says I am in the driver's seat here, but I need to make moves. And I tried, and in the game, I tried to make moves that I thought would sort of gradually improve my position, but as so often happens, I just collapsed it. So it's like, yeah, I see this advantage. I see, I know, if you show me this position, I'll say, yeah, I'd say, yeah, I'm 65, 75% on the Shogi Wars. Like, I've seen these enough to know that the engine loves these. And we've talked about them enough to know, that they're good, but it's so easy to get collapsed. You have not been playing much Shogi. Yeah, I hear you. It feels like there are, and not calling you out in any way, but it does feel like there are, lately I'm hearing from people that are like, I'm not playing much Shogi lately. And maybe that's just the cycle of these types of games, and maybe it's not exclusive to Shogi. But it does seem like there are a lot of people who were playing a bunch of shogi, and then they backed off a bit, and they haven't quite come back. They watch sometimes, they'll come to the stream, but we'll chat on the Discord or whatever after, and they're like, yeah, I just haven't been playing. I just haven't been playing. Olive Mike, and you say GMs have seen so many games and analyses that they can feel a move is good without seeing everything. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is that this person who is telling the story, it's before he became a Grandmaster himself. So I think he was in the 2400s. He was at this chess camp. The Grandmasters are there, and he's there. He was the only person, I think he said he's the only person who wasn't a Grandmaster because he was the organizer of the event. That's how he got to get in with all these Grandmasters. But he's, obviously a very, very, very strong player, international master. But, and like he said, he saw it. He saw the position, but he thought, that can't be the answer because I don't see the follow-up. Yeah, it feels good, but I don't see the follow-up. And then I guess it seemed like it sort of blew his mind that the Grandmaster would say, yeah, I don't see the follow-up either, but I know that this is good, so I'm going to do things that are good. You want to hit National Master, and you have school to focus on, so chess is, oh gosh. So that's the thing. I am amazed at some of you. I am amazed at some of you all who are so good at chess, yet you still play shogi. I'm blown away by that. It's such a different. I play a bunch of games, but if I was at a world-class level, and I'll call National Master, world-class, people would disagree with that, I'm sure, many people, but like, this is a respected title. This is a very, 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 very high achievement level in chess. And, if I was that good in one of these games, I'd be like, I'm just gonna keep playing that game. Like, sure, I'd play shogi like Grandmaster Maurice Ashley has said. You play these other games to try to mix things up. Mix things up, keep it exciting, get new ideas. So you play these, but like, I don't think Maurice Ashley or these other GMs are actually suggesting that you would focus on shogi or play it a lot, such that it would get in the way of your chess. But we've got examples like Nova Swat. Hey, Todovsky, good to see you. We've got hey, Foradun. We've got examples like Nova Swat now. There's someone I know in person that has not. It doesn't come to the stream. There's Z-Kid, who's a Grandmaster, and is now an amateur god of shogi. And it just amazes me that maybe it's just something about my. Everyone has different personalities, and maybe I'm a little obsessive about certain things that, like, if I got to be really good in shogi, let's say I got to be 3-dan in shogi, I use 3-dan as the level that I assume I will never get. So like that's the very big stretch goal. Actually 2-dan is the big stretch goal because I don't think I'll ever get there either. But like 3-dan, if I was that good at shogi, it would be very hard to pull me away from shogi because I'd want to keep going. Todovsky says competitive chess leads to burnout unless you're the best. Maybe that's the moral of the story. Is that all these games, I think all these kind of games lead to burnout. Unless you have a personality that can deal with it, unless you have techniques to deal with it, and unless you're the best. And even if you are the best, I think it leads to burnout. I mean, Magnus Carlsen is the best, and he burned out. This might be a hot take, but I'd say he burned out. I would say Magnus Carlsen burned out. The pressure of his situation burned him out on the game, where he got to a point where he can only lose in chess. He can't win. Like, he's in a no. When Magnus Carlsen played chess, especially classical chess, he was essentially outside of the financial benefits, he was in a no-win situation where if he wins, it's expected. If he loses, it's a national story. It's a world story. But taking it just like, but some people are just not like that. Even with like, I think that's, you could talk about like other games, not even chess, like fighting games. When I play fighting games, I am a character specialist. I play a character. I am not one of those people who plays a lot of characters. I play one character, and I have to love that character. If I love this character, I'm going to love the game. For the most part, unless there's other breaking stuff in the game. But like, I am not one of these people who plays a lot of characters. I'm also not one of these, even though when I was playing fighting games, I was trying every fighting game. I could never play multiple games seriously. I can only play one game seriously. Olive Mike, and you say you would like to see Magnus trying shogi or food. Well, Magnus has tried shogi. Magnus sort of famously does not like shogi. He says the pieces are too slow. He makes all sorts of valid points. I think he's somewhat bored by shogi, and I could understand that. I think he said the pieces all suck. I don't think he said they're slow. I think he said the pieces all suck. But his coach is a 3-dan on 81 Dojo and plays in WSL. His coach, Peter Heine Nielsen, who was the coach of Magnus Carlsen, the coach of Vichy Anand. So the past two, not the past two world champions. There have been two. There have been two world champions since Magnus already, but they're out of mind. The best in my mind, and probably a lot of other people, the last two world champions are Magnus Carlsen and Vichy Anand. Hey Rico, good to see you over on YouTube. Your experience is a lot of people struggle to play their main game for pure fun, and that's why they play for other games. Happens a lot in fighting games too. Oh, that's a brilliant point. That is a brilliant point. I'm trying to come up with words to compound your rightness in that, but I'm not. That is so true. That is absolutely true. Especially people that have hit, in their main game, people that hit like a local maxima in terms of their rating, where they don't necessarily want to fall back also. And so, like, I used to see this a lot in the Go world. I don't know if this happens as much in the chess world. Maybe it does. But it seems like a lot of people will hit their local maxima, and then they will play casual games. So, like, they'll hit Shodan. Shodan is everyone. In these types of games, in Go and Shogi, Shodan is almost always that first big goal. So people hit Shodan, and then, depending on the site, of course, they don't want to risk it anymore. And so they play a bunch of casual games. They help beginners. They do lots of stuff. They continue to play shogi, but they don't play competitively at some point. And at some point, Go or shogi, their growth does stall there. So a lot of these players that I've seen in the Go world, and I can't think of any big examples right now in shogi, but they hit Shodan. And then you really never see them play again, and their rating never goes up. Not that the goal of the game is rating, but that is something I have noticed in Go. Nova SWAT, you say we don't necessarily play casual games as much as play casually and drop a bit. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think a lot of chess people also might do multi-accounting. They create a second account, and like this'll be my, they'll say, this is my quote drunk account, even if people don't drink. It's almost like called a drunk account. Rico, you say, it's me. I'm the person who hit Shodan and stopped caring about your rank. Oh, so you think this describes you? You think that describes you? I never thought of it that way. That's interesting. That's interesting. Like, I am really struggling with this right now. You know, I think I've talked briefly about it, but you know, I hit my goal. You know, my goal was Shodan 10 minutes Shogi Wars. And I hit that goal. And now I am struggling to find that extra motivation to improve. You know, my motivation is that I hate losing. And my motivation is that I hate losing, and I like this streaming. So it's like, I've got to play. But as anyone who's been following for the past couple weeks has seen, I've stopped playing 10 minutes on on Shogi Wars. Even though Shogi Wars has a very friendly rating system, and I've talked about this at length. Shogi Wars has a very friendly rating system for people like me, or people like a lot of people who, you know, they hit their goal, and they don't want to lose, they don't want to fall under. So like in chess, it's very difficult. You know, where it's like, if your goal is 2,000, you hit 2,000 on Lichess or wherever you're playing. The next game, if you lose it, for the like, you will drop back under. So you don't even get like one grace period of a game. On 81 Dojo, and you know, on 81 Dojo, you get like at least a grace period of 2 losses, where you know you win and you're above that let's say 1,500 for Shodan. You're above 1,500. Is it 1,500 on 81 Dojo? Is 1,500 Shodan? I think so. But anyway, you hit that gap. It's 1,500. And now to demote to 1Q, you have to lose one game that'll take you back to 1,500. And then you have to lose another game at 1,500. So, you know, it's a nice thing for people. It is a nice feature. It is a nice feature. It's not as dramatic as Shogi War. Shogi Wars is essentially, you know, you get at this 20%. You've got to lose a bunch of games such that your rating goes back to 0%. And there's a degraded drop. Once you go under 20%, you lose less when you lose, and you gain less when you win, but you lose less when you lose. And then when you hit 0%, you still don't rank down. The only time you rank down is when you hit 0% and you already have 500 losses at that level. So like for me to rank down, my understanding is for me to rank down as a Shodan on Shogi Wars, I would have to hit 0% in my rating, and I would have to have 500 losses as a Shodan. So that's like 1,000 games played. You know, you figure you're winning half your games. And so it's very friendly. But even with that friendly system, I'm still not playing, I think, as much on 10. Well, you know, the 10-minute discussion is complicated because I've never loved 10-minute. You know, I've never loved 10-minute games just because they're just not as satisfying for me, because I in a 10-minute game, I hate getting dirty flagged. And so it's just not as satisfying. And you know, it's a different kind of mindset where I feel like I'm playing the game, and then if I don't have like 5+ minutes to convert a win, you know, I'm struggling, and I don't like that feeling. You know, I just don't like that feeling. I'm a weenie that way. Todovsky, you say on 81 Dojo, you hit 2 dan and you're near deranking to 1Q. I don't understand. To be honest, I never understood that. I see, you know, you hit 2 dan on 81 Dojo a while back. You've been at least 6Q, I think, on Shogi Club 24, which is awfully good. And yet you seem to have been struggling lately. Maybe it's just that Shogi is such a sharp and difficult game that you just haven't been caring as much as you used to. Hey, Ortega Moniwa, nice to see you. And so, you know, I see your rating, and I'm always confused. Because, you know, I do see you as as we've talked before, I see you as this solid player. And like, for me, it's one thing to be volatile between 2 Dan and 2Q. Like, I feel like for me, on any given day of playing shogi, I am on 81 dojo. I feel like I'm between 2 Dan and 2 or 3Q. On any given day, I could play between those levels. I mean, the same thing is true on Shogi Wars. Like today, I feel I'm playing, despite the fact that I do have 2 losses, I think today I am playing at a local maxima. I think my games today have been very good, and I think my opponents have been very good. So it's been nice. But like recently, I've been playing. I feel like I've been playing at a 2 or 3Q Shogi Wars level, and it hurts. It hurts later. It hurts after to be thinking about it. Yeah, in chess you have floors. Nova SWAT, you say you have floors for USCF. Yeah, I saw that. I hear that discussion a lot because I do follow a lot of chess podcasts, and it feels that's coming up as a topic of discussion. I think because people are really flailing, for lack of better words. People are really. It feels like people are really impacted by the rating systems in chess right now. With the sense of deflation that is affecting the various rating systems, and the influx of youth and all the problems that go along with it. And so you have these adults who've become attached to their rating. They worked very hard. They worked very hard to get their 1600, or they worked very hard to get their 1800. You might say that they've been working for 20 years. Some of these adults, they've been working 20 years towards their 1800. And, now because of, situations in the past 5 years, that rating is under attack. And so, they're losing games against 1000s, but like trying to get back points against people who've hit their floor but have long demoted below that floor. So let's say someone has a USCF floor of 2000, but they're playing at like a 1700 or 1600 level. Either they're very old or they're just not caring so much anymore, and so they become the targets. So like, everyone who's losing points to the kids are trying to come and get some points back from the people with the floor. It sounds like a really rough life right now. But what could I'm sure there are things that USCF could do. I'm sure there are things that they can do, but they're sort of also in a no-win because people are going to criticize no matter what they do, no matter what system someone comes out with. Someone is going to criticize it, because chess people are intelligent. A lot of them are mathematically inclined. There's a lot of theory that can be applied to chess ratings, and everyone has their own pet ideas on how to do it. And so when intelligent people disagree on things, sometimes those become like super intense battles. And sometimes it's just not worth even having those battles. Wait, what did you say? Slight heart rate increase when complimenting self? Did that happen? Did that happen? It might just be random. Keep in mind, this is like a $20 heart rate monitor. It's not the biggest thing. Dordowski, you say you guess your 81 dojo performance is in part because you don't sit on your peak rating and stop playing, but also because you don't remember your own openings. Fair. But you've never needed openings. That's the thing. All of Mycon, you have one opening. Push the rook pawn and see what happens. That's, I was thinking about this on my walk this morning. I was thinking about it, and because I was watching, Tulip was streaming, and it was a really fun stream, and the games were fun. But there was some massive chaos in some of these games, and I was thinking about my games. Always trying to apply things to my learning and my games, And I was thinking that, if I was artistically inclined and I had some, and this was a bigger, like higher production value shogi stream, I would have a big slot machine. So it'd be like, all right, my game is starting, instead of basically Yoroshiku Onegaishimasu, it's, I'm going to pull the slot. I'm going to pull the lever on the slot machine. And we're just going to see what happens. Because my games, I think, at this point they feel like they're almost completely random. My results feel so random. And whether or not I'm winning or losing, they feel so random. And so, I'm just going to, I just push, silver 6-8 and chunk, pull the slot machine. Yeah, Rico. You say that you study Joseki very deeply, but the downside is that if you take breaks, you forget your openings. Yeah, I also do. So, I've said before, I study my openings a lot, not as much as I used to, especially since I've hit Shodan on Shogi Wars. But, because I'm trying to get better in other ways, because I feel like I have been so heavily dependent on my openings, so overwhelmingly dependent on my openings, that, I would like to be a better player, quote, better player, rather than so dependent on getting the kinds of attacks that I like. And, like this last game is a perfect example. My opening worked. I got a massive advantage. Not massive. I mean, 72% Shogi Wars. This is good. It's not winning. It's a good advantage. It's a good solid advantage. I won the opening, if you will. And then what? I didn't get my big attack. Yeah, sure, I won the opening, but I didn't get a big attack. So the opponent can literally just shuffle pieces, and I'm probably going to blunder. And that is what I did. You should probably get back and prep for the U.S. Championship if you end up going. But now that it's on the other side of the country, it's going to be rougher. You say floored NMs are Nova SWAT are a real issue. But if you're one of the kids, you just farm everyone. Yeah. And it seems to me like, these ratings are not reflecting the real skill of the new players well enough. I don't know if that's the K factor. I don't remember. But, like, it's tough. It's tough. Have I not attempted to create a loss spreadsheet? What would you call a loss spreadsheet? I don't think I have enough disk storage to manage a loss spreadsheet. My losses, there are a lot of them. Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's cheaper to fly from Seattle to New York than from Louisiana to New York. Yes, yeah. And Zenbius, welcome. You have reached the life cycle of a shogi player. I feel like I feel like it might be the case, but, like, is it a good life? That's a question I find myself asking lately. Like, if this is the life cycle of a shogi player, is this a life I want to live? Like, this is an emotionally punishing life. Todowski, you say, one of your chess master friends pointed out that the difference between experts, masters, etc. is consistency. I've heard that as well. So if there's a randomness in outcomes, perhaps there is something worth studying. Yeah. And my feeling right now of my randomness in openings, I think, or my randomness in results, is I've said it a couple times, and I think I am sort of believing this. Like, I jokes aside, like, if someone was to say, is shogi a random game, I would say yes. Like, I do think there's a lot of randomness, because so much of what happens in a game is not due to calculation, or maybe even to intuition. It's just stuff happens. At my level. So stuff happens, and then you either win or you lose. And I think my randomness is, the variance is just higher, is just naturally higher because of the opening I choose. Where where, you know, my king is not as safe. So if I mess up my attack, it's much more likely that I'm going to lose. Versus, for example, Tulip. I was watching Tulip's games today, and, you know, the opponents, you know, Tulip's opponents had some great positions. But Tulip had some moves in order to flail around with. So again, flail is not a bad word for me. What is that? That sounds like a subscription. ruthixka, thank you. Subscribing with Prime. I appreciate that. Welcome. Oh boy, we are close. We are 2 subscriptions in October away from the 24-hour stream. This is we're the red alert is going off. What is my win rate? Well, you know, we talk. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna restart Shogi Wars because the layout bug. My win rate on Shogi Wars is good. You know, my win rate on Shogi Club 24 is great. You know, Shogi Club 24 is just so weird. So if we look at 10 minutes, 536 overall, I'll take it. Like, I think that's, I mean, I would take 500. You know, I would take 450. Like, you know, the win rate, I don't know if it, you know, you see some people with a high win rate or with a low win rate, but they're continually growing. I don't know if that means that they just play a lot of strong players. You know, they like to play a lot of strong players, so their win rate will be bad, but you're not punished for losing as much. You know, your losses count more or less, and your wins count more against better players. So I've noticed that on 81 Dojo, there are a number of players out there. You know, Shodan, 2Dan, 3Dan, 4Dan, and they've got like 40% win rates. And you know, I think it's one of those people that just challenges a lot of strong players. 3 minutes. I've got a good rate. My Gote win rate has fallen precipitously. You know, this used to be in the 600s, but you know, there's that. And then 10 second. 10 second is my closest to break even. You know, I think the players at my level are at their best in 10 second, and I don't know if I'm at my best in 10 second. So this is a not a struggle, but this is I think this feels realistic-ish. It's been a while since you should come into Twitch at least once a month. Yeah, I would appreciate that. Yeah. Oh man, I think that's a lot of times it's like, what am I going to use this Prime sub for? Zenmius, yours is 39%. I'm gonna see if you're logged in to 81 Dojo. Yeah, 39.2%. Yeah, with 2,000 wins, 3,000 losses. Yeah, that's a big one. But your rating is really high. But your rating is very high. How is that? Oh, Micah, and you're at your best on 81 Dojo, and you're okay. It Shodan, and yours is 47. Yeah, that seems about right. You know, Shogi Club 24. Those numbers are just whacked. You know, they're just kind of they're wacky. And I think I have like a 540 win rate on Shogi Club 24. But I'm so low in the ratings. It's like I can't climb out of the ratings, you know, because well, maybe I choke, but maybe also the other things are going on. Okay, when you were a Q player, you played with someone 1 to 2 levels higher. Oh, Foradun, you asked, what was the comment about the opening choice? What was it my comment or Todosky's comment? Like my about my opening choice is that I feel like it adds to my volatility. Like my games are very volatile. The volatility / what I would term randomness, where stuff just happens and I win or I lose. Not necessarily because I'm better than the other person, not necessarily because I'm worse than the other person. It's just random stuff happens. Like I think there's a lot of random stuff in a game of shogi. And by random, I mean that one player's attack worked, not because they calculated it, not because they even really visualized it, but it worked because it worked. It's one of those. It worked because it worked. They didn't know it would work. They didn't expect it to work, but it just worked. Like, I think this happens a lot on edge attacks. This happens a lot in sort of mating attacks. When it's just not clear who's winning. When it's just not clear who's winning. And it's also very easy to make a mistake when you're defending subtly. So, like, my opening, I think, magnifies that because my king is so unsafe. But, like, watching and enjoying Tulip's games this morning, even when Tulip was in trouble, or what I perceived Tulip to be in trouble, there was still a layer of safety there during her attack because she had 3 generals around her king. Because her king had at least a couple moves that the king can run. And so it's like, I watch these games and I watch a lot of games, or like I was watching, this is not up. I was watching let me minimize this. I was watching Zenmius's game, the other day, and it's like, oh well, he's got time. He's got some time because the king is safer. And in my situation, a lot of times it's like, okay, I can make my attack. If my attack doesn't work, watch out, because I'm going to be dead in 2 moves. And so I do think that contributes to that, what I think of as randomness. But anyway. But what I attribute to randomness in the middle game might also just be simply better play by the opponents. When we get into piece shuffling mode, it seems like I will often be the first to blunder in that mode, and I don't know what to necessarily take away from some of those games. I want to try. This is coming out of the 2025 U.S. Championship. It was like, I want to come out of my games with a takeaway from them, and a lot of times I don't come away with takeaways, and I think that's a problem. I didn't realize that you were once an Urashino Ryu player. I'm walking your path. Yeah, my goal was never to become an Urashino Ryu player. My goal was never to stay as an Urashino Ryu player. I just had immediate success with it once I switched away from Nakabisha, and I really enjoyed it, and I continue to really enjoy it. And I had that great resource in the Urashino Ryu YouTube channel, where I could just watch a great player play it every single day. Making a mistake in the middle game and finding a desperate mate in the end game is the theme of most of Rico's wins. Yeah. That's do I come join Mukai Bisha gang? No, never. I have been in Mukai Bisha gang. So I used to be Nakabisha. My game was heavily influenced by Satomi. And my opening study is heavily influenced by Satomi, but more augmented by the engine, because the pros don't play much variety. So I was always Nakabisha until I saw her in a Nishiyama game. She played as Gote against third file Rook. She played Satomi played Mukai Bisha. And that became the foundation for my approach to playing Gote against third file Rook. Because the person I play the most on this planet is a third file Rook player. And we play, we play every week. And, there were periods at the club where it was just us, and we'd be playing 2 or 3 games every single week. And so that became my opening, and my biggest, still to this day, some of my biggest wins, including my biggest over the board win against someone who is 3-dan on 81 Dojo. That it was as Gote against third file rook playing Mukai Bisha, and oh, you don't know the names? Yeah, Fordun, thank you. Fordun responded. Yeah, opposing rook, and it's great. It's great. I've said before. I think it's the easiest to play. Ignoring potentially fourth file rook, but Mukai Bisha it's very solid. It's very solid, and it feels easy to mess up against it. I've said this before. Whether or not it's correct, is another matter. But I feel like for me, it's harder to mess up in opposing rook, and it seems easier for the opponent to mess up against it, because I know I struggle against it. Because Mukai Bisha is one of the most, if not the most hated approach now that I go against. It's the toughest. And now it is what I get, that player that I said is a third file rook player that I play a lot of games against, that he will be in Mukai Bisha a lot of the time against my Torizashi. And the thing is, unlike those other approaches, unlike when I switched to Mukai Bisha to play against third file rook, unlike these other approaches where I play a lot against it, it seems to me like the more I play against Mukai Bisha, the less I understand how to play against it, and I think I'm getting worse. The problem with that thinking is that this player I play over the board is getting better. So he's getting better. I think he's getting better at a rate faster than I am getting better. So even if I am getting better, it feels like I'm getting worse because he's getting better faster. So that's one of those little mind tricks of these types of games, I think, that it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to feel good about yourself as a shogi player, especially if you're playing over the board a lot against the same people. And if they are improving, if they're younger than you, or they're working harder than you, or for whatever reason, if these people are improving at a rate faster than you are improving, you're going to feel like you're getting worse, I think, to a large extent. And I've been feeling that. Like I've said before, I don't think over the board against this particular player. I think I am in the 10 to 15% win rate. It's possible it's possible it's in up near 20%. I don't know. I count the number of wins. I have a little document that that I keep just my counts in the last over the board wins. So I have in my life, and this is for over 3 years, I think well over 3 years, maybe going on 4 years now. 3 years, at least 3 years. 32 wins. 32 wins. So this is 32 wins total. It's possible I missed 1 or 2, and I might have a few more. But I have at least 32 wins against this player. And we were playing, 2 to 3 times per week, every week, for a long time. And it just that is so if you're not happy with, if you're not able to take the losses, shogi might be difficult. Have I created an opening tier list before? I've thought about that. I've thought about getting that tier maker, but that would be a good stream. That would be a good stream, or a good podcast, or a good something. No, I think that needs to be interactive. I think that would need to be a stream. We could do it. We could do it old school, like with a note. We don't need tier maker. Something to do for the 24-hour stream. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I like that. So the real question is, what happens? What happens at hour 12? At hour 12, hour, HOUR. We're going this shogi stream. It's at hour 10 or 12, and I'm not lucid. I'm not even lucid anymore. And people aren't watching. Let's say that there's like one viewer. There's like one viewer on either Twitch or YouTube. What happens then? I mean, I guess I'm obligated to finish it. I have to do it. I have to. If I said I'm going to do something, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. But like, what happens there? Do I just sit? Do I just sit and keep playing on Shogi Club 24? Cyan Cannon, good to see you. Sorry you haven't been on in a while. Preparing to visit family in Texas next week. Hope you have a great trip. Hope you have a great trip. That's okay. It is understandable. Life happens. Rico did a Shogi book tier list stream. Oh, you don't have the video on Shogi House. Downtime could be spent reacting to other Shogi videos. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. That reaction stream from yesterday's reaction to the 81 Dojo video, that got a comment. That got a comment on the video from I think it was Goshujin. Was it Goshujin or was it who made it? Was it Goshujin or was it DrLennon? Get guests on call. Oh man. Yeah. Get guests on call. Talk about the good days of Shogi Club 24. Because the ostensibly the theme of the thing is going to be Shogi Club 24 send off. Yeah. Take the 24 hours to just record multiple podcasts. Don't even respond to chat. Just go into full podcast recording mode. Oh boy. Yeah, I said I would do 24 hours. I didn't say I'd respond to anyone. I didn't say it would be good. Goodness. How is this? How am I only at 1 Q for this 2 wins, 2 losses today? That doesn't make sense. My wins were against strong players. My losses also were. I'm still, every day I'm looking to see if they do bring the Kifu. Because they mentioned in that one video, or that one message, that one info message, that the records will be available if the auto translated it properly. I'm still waiting to see if we can get the Shogi Club 24. Anyway, I think we need a game. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to be good anymore. I mean, not that I'm ever good, but like, all this talk, it takes it out of me. It really takes it out. Let's do this. Minimize OBS here. Crab Silvers.
対局開始。
よろしくお願いします。
1、嬉野流。
嬉野流。
1。
Oh, this is not Urashino Ryu. This is not the proper move order.
1、2。
No, we don't respond to that. We don't respond to pressure.
2、3、4。
I'm too tired. I'm too tired of talking to you guys. Let's play a game. Well, I'm afraid that I'm boring people.
6、7、8、9。
I'm afraid that I'm boring people.
1、2、1、2、3、4、5、6。1、2、1、1、1、2、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。
I'm not seeing it yet.
1、2。
Drop silver.
1、2、3、4、1、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、1、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、
I think he's got to drop this pawn.
1、2、3、4、5、6、
Yeah, I'm looking to drop the pawn back.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、
That's not a good trade. That's not a good trade for him.
1、2、時間切れがち。
Arigatou gozaimashita. Yeah, I think that's a relatively clean win there against sort of an overly aggressive
Current streak is 1
Nakabisha.
win.
Did I handle that well? I feel like I was trying to channel Koshiro. I'm basically trying to channel Koshiro in these types of things, where I'm trying to move the issue point, trying to pull the issue point back. But I do wonder if it was a bit slow. My Is this okay? Is this okay? Oh, yeah, Nana Hachi-Q. What else? I mean, I think they all say that, right? Or do they say Shichi? They don't say Shichi, do they? Do the others? The thing that they don't say that I wish they would say, I want them to say yon. I want them to say ich, ni, san, yon. I want the yons. There's no yons on Shogi Wars. What does Odaka Sensei, what does she say? I can convince myself either. I can convince myself that she says Shichi. I can convince myself that she says Nana. So we will see. We will see. But I need some tea and I need a bio break, so I will be right back. All right. Oh, you think she says Shichi? Okay, well that's who I've switched to. Yeah, Oriyamone wa. I think my Citizen Meijin-sen DIT 40 clock, I think it says Yon. Actually, let me get it. Let me get it. All right, here we are. Let me see if this can be heard.
こんにちは。
I assume that came through. I assume the konnichiwa came through. Let me change the time here.
ルールを設定してください。
I'll set it to I'll set it to 15-second Byoyomi, just so it's a little slower. All right.
よろしくお願いします。
I don't know if this is this. Wait,
10
what?
秒1、2、3、4、5時間切れです。
Oh, so it started at the 5. Let me set it to 20-second Byoyomi.
ルールを設定してください。
I'll set it. Let's see if this does better. Okay. Fortune, you were just going to get one of these? I love it. I love it. You know, they're especially the DIT 50 is the silver one, the newer one. And you know, it's nice. It's nice. It's got you know, I think it saves better between if you take the batteries out. But you know, this has that iconic dial and whatnot. But all right, so here we go.
よろしくお願いします。
I hope this is coming through. Maybe I can turn the volume on if it's not.
10秒1、2、3、4、5、6、7、
Nana.
8、9、10時間切れです。
Okay. Yeah. So this one says Yon and Nana.
さようなら。
I love this clock. I love this stupid clock. Danny Boy to first nice to see you. You think you saw Nekomato had them too? Nekomato has, it's a rebranded DGT. It's an older rebranded DGT that only supports Byoyomi. It's expensive. You know, it's nice. I've got 3 or 4 of them. And it's nice and it's durable. I definitely recommend them. They use easy. You know, they're easy to set. They're very fast to set. They have they only take, I think, 2 AA batteries. This beast wants 2. I think these are C's. Are these C's or D's? I can't read it. I think this is a C. Yeah, C. So it takes two C batteries for this monster. But the Nekomato one, you know, if you buy it from Nekomato, is rather expensive. There is a clock that that is sold by DGT that let's look for it. I'll open an incognito window. It's like the 1005, I think it is. DGT 1005 Byoyomi timer. So this is the newer version of this clock of the Nekomato clock. So if you can find this somewhere for a good price, you know, it would be it would be it would be better than Nekomado's. So I believe the only difference between this clock and the Nekomado clock, besides the branding and the colors, is that this clock supports multiple Byoyomi periods, which is more applicable to Go. You know, we don't do that in Shogi, unfortunately, but it's a Shogi and Go timer. So if you can find, you know, the Nekomado has the clock, Mado store. So if we, ignoring Nekomado's site problems that, you know, that are always there. Let's go to the next page. Where is the clock? There it is. So this clock, is it showing up on stream? Is it showing up? It is. Yeah, so this clock, and let me put the link in the place. And then I'll put the DGT in here as well, and then I'll throw these into YouTube. So this here is 6,050 yen, and then there's also a shipping cost here, which is usually, I think, pretty expensive for Nekomado. So this is essentially as far as I am aware, they're basically the same clock, except the 1005 also is, you know, the newer 1005 allows you to have multiple Byoyomi periods. I don't know where you'd buy this 1005 by. I go. This is the place that I generally go to look for these things, because I know they usually have them. So this is a site, like in Europe anyway, 30 euros. So this site is, I think, a well-regarded chess site. I'll put the link in. You know, it might be expensive to ship to the United States from here these days, but it used to be pretty cheap. But either way, you know, this is, if you're in Europe especially, you know, this is a $30 difference between $30 and I think potentially no shipping costs if you're in Europe, and versus, you know, 6,000 yen and the shipping costs and the shipping time in Nekomado case. So like, you know, Nekomado, I love Nekomado. I love Nekomado. I love what she has done for the Shogi world. You know, I love all that stuff. I love that this stuff is available. I love that they're making the Shogi equipment. But, you know, the clock is very expensive at their site. Their shipping is very expensive. And their responsiveness is very slow. So it's like, you're looking at a slow, long ship to get this, and it's going to be expensive, and the clock itself is going to be expensive. Obviously, you know, I love them, and I have bought 3 or 4 of these clocks. You know, I've bought tons of stuff from Nekomado, so I love the site. But just if you're looking at price and level of service, and you're in Europe especially, like this is a no-brainer if you're looking at that clock, as far as I'm concerned, because you'll get it quickly. This store, you know, they're professionals. Like this is their job. They run this store. They're great to deal with. When I play the game with the friend, yeah, these days. So we used to, when we had an 8-year-old from Japan who for the first 6 months or so, we would play all these games, and we used his clock. He had a Nekomado clock, The kid brought his from Japan. So, we used his clock. And then when his family left, my playing partner and I, we kept playing with clocks, and we used my Nekomato clock. I've got two of these. I have two of these. So when I bought these, we started using them, trying them at the club, and the kid was even there, I think, at a time. But it's so easy to time out on these that Byoyomi count up is shockingly unforgiving. So we were both kind of flagging a lot. So we stopped. We switched to the DGT. We switched to the DGT for a long time. But recently, we've started playing again with the clock, and we started with this. I think so. We started in around April or May, when the United States Shogi Championship was happening. I got this out so that we would be used, so that we would get practice on it. So I got this out, and this is what I've been bringing, and we still play with this now every week. It's still tough, it's still tough sometimes. One thing that is nice about this in a public setting is that if you use the count up rather than the beep, the count up is a little more pleasant, I think, to outsiders, because if you because it's just talking. It's just talking. So it's maybe a little more natural to hear, we play at a coffee shop. So it might be more natural for other people to hear, ich, ni, san, and stuff like that, instead of using the beep, either the beep or the DGT Nekomato beeps, because it's like beep, 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 beep. And that's happening every 40 seconds because we do the 40-second byoyomi. So, other people at the coffee shop would have to hear that. I don't think it's that bad, and obviously we did it for years, but I do think that this is nicer, to have to listen to. The problem with this, you can't really get these anymore, but the problem also, even on the new ones, they're really expensive. Like this, I think, I have two of these. I think I paid $180 each for them. That's I don't want to say overpriced, but that is overpriced. I think the new ones now sell for around $160 plus shipping. So it's still overpriced. Like when you think about the fully featured chess clocks that you can get out there from DGT and from ZMT and stuff like that, like expensive good chess clocks are like $100, and good chess clocks are 50 and below. So, these shogi clocks are extremely expensive, compared to it. But, what can I say? I love it. I really like it. I really like it. I really enjoy playing with it. This is the clock that's in Hachi One Diver. This is the clock that's in Hachi One Diver. This is the clock they have in a lot of those Abima videos. It's the clock that Nakamura Taiichi and Suzuki Hajime that they use when they play a lot of times. So it's a special clock. I love it. At the San Francisco Shogi Club, we have, I think, one or two of these, but they also have the DIT 10, and I think in the DIT 20 maybe. They have very old versions of these, which are tougher, which have fewer features, and they're very quirky to set, but they work in the same way. You can do beeping or speaking. Danny boy, you played well in your weekly the Shogi ladder on Shogi Harbor. It was a 1600 plus 2-dan on 81 dojo. You lost but played pretty well for your level. You played opposing rook, nice, against Central and prayed, but his opening was so good. Oh, interesting. So who is in the ladder? Who is in the ladder playing Nakabisha and is a 2-dan? Could that be Synchro? I don't think Synchro does the ladder. Could it be Tulip? Tulip was just streaming this morning. Yeah, she's good. She's real good. Frustratingly good. I think we've played like twice, 2 or 3 times, and none of my shenanigans worked. Hey, DrLennon, nice to see you again. You missed a bunch of shogi clock talk. Clock talk. That should be. Oops. I just pressed something.
さようなら。
You're playing against Tulip on WSL this month, so that's gonna be a loss. No, don't, no. Don't discount yourself. Don't discount yourself, and more importantly, don't discount Torizashi, / Urshin or Ryu. We just saw the last game I played. The last game I played was against a Nakabisha player. Just do that against Tulip, and you'll win. Old school talk. You've been playing RuneScape. I've never played RuneScape. I actually don't even know what RuneScape is. Is that like an MMO? I was never into MMOs. MMORPG, yeah. I never did the MMO thing. I want to buy this clock. I want to. I have 3 or 4 of these. 2 of the two of these, and yet I want this. I want this other clock. I love clocks. I love clocks. I wonder what their shipping is these days to the United States. Let's see. Let's add to cart. Proceed to checkout. So shipping is $4 at 450 euros. 4 euros. But let's see. Let's put United States. Come on. Okay. Let's say California. Ooh, so it updated. 58 euros. So the clock itself, is 25 euros. The shipping itself is 58 euros. That's expensive. That is expensive. I want to say 3 or 4 years ago, this site, this store was pretty competitive to ship to the United States. $100 to ship to Brazil. Oof. Yeah. That's the that's a problem. A lot of these DGT products, they're not always available in the usual places. There aren't as many online stores, and especially the DGT 1005, because I don't think even Amazon sells that. They've got the 1001, they've got all these others, but not the 1005. Strangely, I don't quite understand why this would be. Maybe my only guess is that they don't have it because there might be a lot of returns, because chess players might accidentally get it and be like, this is not for chess. I think as long as you put in the description, this is This is not a DVD. This is not a chess clock. This is not a chess clock. This is for Shogi and Go. Not this one, of course, but you know, if in this description you put that, maybe people would not buy it. But it's still strange to me that Amazon never has the 1005 available. Like here's a high-end chess clock. You know, it's like $60 some. This is like I think this is still the current FIDE DGT 3000 clock. Tons of features. It's a nice clock. The 2500 is sort of a newer type of clock, and it's a relatively nicely priced. And this is full featured. This will also do Byoyomi, but it's not as the beeping is not as nice as like the dedicated Byoyomi clocks. I've got one of these. I really like it. I really like this clock. All right. Anyway. Close that up. Get back to Shogi Wars. What time is it? It's 1:30. It's 1:30. Okay, let's get it. Let's try a game. Let's try a game. I'm fearful. You know, I'm always fearful with all these talk breaks that I'm going to collapse in my games, but it hasn't happened yet.
あなたが後手です。
Shodan KKK Zig.
対局開始。
よろしくお願いします。
嬉野流。1。
Fourth file. There we go.
1。
Okay.
1、2、3、1、取り差し、1、
There it is. Everyone knows it. I mean, he's a Shodan. He's a Shodan.
5、6、7、
He's a Shodan, so I shouldn't be surprised.
1、1、2、3、4、5、
Just prevent these kind of shenanigans.
2、3、4、5、1、1、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
That's not good. Comes forward. Okay.
1、2、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
It's an interesting spot.
It's-
Ooh.
3、4、5、6、7、8、9、
Yeah, so he gets the silver drop, I
It's-
guess.
2、1、
Ah.
2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
I think I should have dropped a silver.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。 1、2、3、1、2、
Boy, I completely fell for it, and now he's got. Oh boy, Um,
2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
ah!
時間切れ。
Man, come on. I mean, I'm in a bad position anyway, but come on, Shogi Wars. I clicked it. I'm so sick of this software. I've got to say. It took me 2 years of streaming. I am so sick of this software. And losing like that. This software is just so repellent to playing. It's so repellent to trying to play the game. Like, the thing that you do most in a game of Shogi is move your pieces. It should be very easy to move your pieces. You shouldn't have to click. You should be able to drag. You should be able to click and then have it like go as you move, sort of grip where you're looking to go. It is what it is. It is what it is. Attract
あ
the
なたが
loss.
先手です。
Lost.
They're giving me lots of killers today.
Thank you.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. This guy's played 16 plus thousand games of
嬉野
Shogi.
流。1、2、3、4。1、2、1、2。
This is the third time I think we've seen the Nakazumai today. And the sort of, it's not a Bogian, but it is a Nakazumai-ish.
1、2、3。
Yeah, it's a browser version of a mobile app. Yeah, and the mobile app itself is not all that great.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
I don't know if I like this move so much.
One, 2、3。1、2、3、4。
This take is not. This take loses the rook.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。
Wow.
2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
I don't like that. I should have come back.
1、2、3、4、5、6。 1、2、3、4、5、6。 1、2、1、2、3、4、5、6。
So got a fork here.
3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
There's nothing to drop.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7。 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
I don't like this. I don't like this. I think I like the lance drop here.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. I'm throwing. I didn't need to do that because my bishop is guarding it.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Gotta.
1、2、3、4、5。時間切れがち。
Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay.
Win. Current streak is 1 win.
Like I said, I do think I am playing pretty decently today. This is the best I've streamed. This is the best I've streamed in maybe a month. I think these are the best games I've played in maybe a month. Yeah, Olive Icon, it's possible. It's definitely possible. Oh, that was I Dream of Shogi that said it's a browser version of a mobile app. I thought it was Rico. Good to see you. Sorry for not greeting you. Sorry for not greeting. I saw that Rico said good old mobile software, and then I saw the follow-up comment thinking it also came from Rico. What do we do I have any predictions? I don't even know who's going to be there. So my prediction, my prediction is Tomita-san. My prediction is Tomita. I assume he'll be playing. So that's like, you know, if you just said bet money on who is going to win, I would say Tomita, who is the 2017 or 2018 ISF champion. I would say that he is going to win because I'm pretty sure he's going to be there. I think the 2025 US Shogi champion, who is from Vancouver, is would be my favorite, would be my choice. But I'm not sure he's going to be there. So if you're just saying who do you think is going to win, and I don't know who's going to be there, I am going to say that I believe Tomita is going to win. I do not think. I know that Muse is not going to be there. I don't know, but I assume that 81 Dojo user Noah0508, the 2024 champion, I assume he's not going to be there. I'm not sure where he is living these days. He might be in Japan, but so I don't know if he's going to be there. If he was going to be there, I'd say him. But so long story short, my feeling is Tomita is probably the not knowing who's going to be there. Tomita is a very safe choice. Mark Ono, the organizer, he had a great 2024 or 2025 tournament. I believe he came in third place in Group B this year. He played really well. I watched some of his games. He was playing really well. He'll be there, of course. But I don't think he is at the level of Tomita right now. Or maybe ever. Man, now I'm thinking about the 2024 tournament. That game, the game I played against Tomita was so great. Oh, it was such a great Nakabisha game. It was everything that I hoped I could play against someone who is so much better than me. It was everything I could hope to play. I played well. I didn't blunder. I got an attack. He and I both thought I had the advantage at some point in the middle game. And then his class just outshone me. And I came out of that game feeling on top of the world. Like, that was a game, that was a loss. I came out of that loss on top of the world. I felt so good. Turtwig is not going to be there. Turtwig will not be there. Yeah, he would have been my favorite. Actually, no, Tomita would still be my favorite to win. I'd be cheering for Turtwig, obviously. But I don't know if he's going to be there. The runner-up, this 2025 runner-up, one of the 10-year-old kids, he's now 11. He's not 10 anymore. He's now 11. But I don't know if he's going to be there. If he's going to be there, he's probably my favorite. Rico, you say, does Alan Baker usually go to the West Coast tournaments or mainly in championship? I don't know. The only time I've ever seen Alan Baker was at the 2024. He was not at 2025. I don't think he went to the West Coast tournament last year. You think you and Mark had the same results in 2024? Well, you were in why am I confusing Rico and I Dream of Shogi? The avatars are not the same. I read this message thinking that I Dream of Shogi and Mark had the same results. And I was going to say, well, you were in Group A, because this year in 2025, Mark was in Group B and I Dream of Shogi was in Group A. But, so you had the same results in 2024. Ono-san played really well this year. Maybe it was the lack of pressure of being Group B. I'm not sure, but he played really well. I couldn't see all of his game against Turtwig, and Turtwig won that game. But it looked like a really tough game. And Mark is he's a real gentleman. He's a real fun person. I was fortunate, I feel like I've been so blessed at these events. But on Saturday night when we drove to dinner, well, we didn't drive. The Waymo drove us. When we went to this thing, the idea was that there was an SF. I don't live in SF, but I'm at Silicon or San Francisco Bay Area person. I'm a member of the SF Shogi Club. I'll just say that. So the idea was that one of us local-ish people would take 3 other members in a Waymo, so that they don't get lost and so that they don't have to sign up for the Waymo, stuff like that. So, I got the Waymo and I got to drive, or I didn't drive. I got to be driven with Larry Kaufman, Grandmaster Larry Kaufman, his son, International Master Raymond Kaufman, and Mark Ono, the legendary hero of the Los Angeles shogi scene and United States shogi. And it was just, I was the most uncomfortable I've ever been in a vehicle, because it was, those Waymos are shockingly small, narrow, and and Larry was on my right, and Ono-san was on his right. No, Larry, Raymond, so the 2 Kaufmans, I think, were in the back. And so I was just trying to give them as much room as possible. So I was smashed up against the side, trying to give them as much space as possible. But even in that discomfort, just hearing them talk and listening, and it was so fun. Those are the best parts of these US events, I've got to say. Like, the best parts, as great as the shogi is, and as great as this year was for me, because I got to run, man the stream booth. I was running the stream booth. As great as it is, the best part is like talking to people and seeing these people that you might only see once a year or you might only know online. Like, that was the highlight for me in 2024, was meeting Rico, meeting Maple Sugar Lover, playing games, winning, the first game that I played against a kid and I won. That was good because it got that out of the way. And then I had my big win in the team tournament against, a 3-dan from SF who I'd never beaten before and never have beaten since. But that was my first win against a strong SF player, and doing it over the board again. I've said this a million times, so I apologize that I repeat myself. It felt so good to get the first win over the board, not online. No potential sketchiness, no potential doubt, just an online, an offline game. Felt so good. Danny Boy, you say Hosking won in year 2000 for the European Championships. He was rated a little over 2,000 at the time, but you got the impression the players are 2,200, 2,300 strength now. Yes. Yeah, the winners of the European Shogi Championship and the US Shogi Championship are extremely strong now. They are in the 6-dan-ish 81 dojo range and beyond. They are extremely, extremely strong amateurs. You don't think the YouTube chat is up? Let me restart that. Thank you for letting me know. Let me just try to restart that. I almost clicked the stop streaming button. Refresh. What is Waymo? Waymo is a self-driving car. It's a self-driving car that is running in a limited number of United States cities. One of them is now San Francisco. It's a small Jaguar SUV, basically. It's a small Jaguar SUV that has a bunch of stuff on it, LiDAR and cameras and whatnot. Nakabisha win against 3-dan, Urashino lose against 1Q. You get that vision. Wait, what's this? I get that vision. Yeah, well, it's funny. Like I said, my biggest over the board win is still from April of 2024 when I played. I was a Nakabisha player, but it was one of those. I was Gote. I played opposing Rook. I played Mukai Bisha versus Third File. So my biggest win ever was that Mukai Bisha game. I have never yet matched it, and I've played him many times with Torizashi, and I have been close. I have been close. Once over the board and once online. I have had a winning position in both times. I've had good positions in some other games, but I was never able to close it out. I was never able to close out I had a completely winning position in over the board with Torizashi one of the days at SF, and we did a long review after it, but I missed the move. I just missed the move. Koshiro thinks I play best. I think Koshiro still thinks my best opening is Nakabisha with Anaguma. I think Koshiro still thinks that. I don't know. It's been so long since I've done that, so it's hard to say. But yeah, I think most people seem to think that my Urashino Ryu is not my better opening. Even now, I have been an Urashino Ryu main, to use that fighting game word. I've been an Urashino Ryu main for now over a year. Thousands of games. thousands of games, hundreds of games over the board, thousands of games online, and I still love it. That's the thing, is I just love it. I just love it. When it all works, when I pull that slot lever, and it comes up 3 lemons or whatever, and I get a Nourishing or Ryu attack. It's just it's good. It's good. It's that slot. Yeah, there were a couple people this year. Rico said that Mark was in Group A with us last year. There were a couple people. I guess just like in 2024, there's always going to be upsets. But there were 2 or 3 people who I was shocked to be in Group B this year. There were 3 people who were Group A players, strong Group A players from 2024. At least 3 strong players who were Group A, or who were Group A in 2024, who somehow, one of them wasn't playing well. A couple of them, I think, just maybe they just tripped up. It was weird. The brackets were tough this year. The brackets were really tough this year because there were so many killers. There were more killers this year, I feel, than at 2024. I mean, there were great players in 2024, don't get me wrong. But it felt like this year, it felt like there were more beginners. This year was the most beginner-friendly year so far that I've seen. And not that I have much experience, but like this year there were more beginners. The Silicon Valley sort of lower-level players really came out to play. So there were more, and a bunch of kids came, I presumably with the Los Angeles people. So there were a lot more players at the lower levels, and there were just more players at the higher level too. There were new people that were just incredible. In 2024, like Alan Baker and Larry Kaufman somehow fell to Group B. Every year there will be people who fall to Group B. There just will be. There will be very strong players who made it to Group B. I mean, the winner of Group B this year, he was undefeated in Group B, and he was playing at an incredible level. But obviously, to get to Group B, he had to have some losses in the preliminary stage. So he was undefeated in Group B, but once in the preliminary stage, he must have lost a couple games. So it's like, these great players are going to fall, in any sort of random Swiss type, in any sort of random pairing system, you're going to see that. It's just this year was stacked. This year was so stacked. It was crazy. Larry Kaufman had an amazing tournament this year. He had Muse beat, dead lost. He had Muse game over. Engine is like 99%. It was game over, and I really thought that Muse was preparing to resign because he was. It seemed like he was catching his breath. I thought he was just going to take a move or two to build up the sort of internal fortitude to resign. And then he didn't. He kept playing moves, and then Larry made a slow attacking move. And I've said this before, but like at that moment, you could see everything change. Larry made a slack move, and Muse, you see the two players. So I'm watching from the side. I'm manning the stream booth, and Muse leaned forward, and Larry leaned back. It was like a switch flipped, where Larry made this slack move, and all of a sudden, like, the tide physically turned as these players lean in opposite directions. It was awesome, and it wasn't awesome for Larry because it's tough for me because I'm sitting there, I'm cheering for I'm cheering for the home team. I'm cheering for Muse here, and but at the same time, I'm also cheering for Larry because in 2024. I talked to him and had a great conversation, and I know that he doesn't have as many shogi tournaments ahead of him as Muse does. So this is like this could be one of those last chances that he has to win the US Shogi Championship. Like, that's how well he was playing. Yeah, you say you're jealous of Muse's stubbornness in Shogi. It's crazy. He's so tough. He's so, I don't know if this is just a general trait of his, but it seems like, mental toughness is a skill. Resiliency is a skill. And maybe that also makes it harder to beat them. Because I'm watching this game, and I'm thinking, if I'm in Muse's position, my opponent is just going to close me out every single time. I'm sitting here thinking, like, why don't my opponents give me these slack moves? When they're beating me, when the game's over, why don't my strong opponents, let me come back? But I think the reality is sometimes they do, and I just don't capitalize. But I think also the thing is, when you have that aura of someone who fights to the last breath and comes up with creative, resilient moves, I think people then, when they're trying to beat you, they think they've got to do something more than beat. It's like they've got to do more, so they try harder, and I think that's also when people stumble. Not to get all psychological and stuff like that, but it was an amazing game. To you, Rico, again, the conversations and the after hours games are more valuable than the tournament. Totally. 1000% agree. 1000% agree. He's also quick to analyze positions. You remember going over your keepers with him, and you could tell right away. Yeah. That's something that I've seen from him. It's also something that I've witnessed with Noah, the 2024 champion. They are just so fast to analyze. And, I feel like in a lot of ways, this is the closest I will get to watching. Let me step back. There's the chess podcasts I listen to or whatever. One of them has Fabiano Caruana on it. And to a fault, some of these podcasts are him just being like, I can do C4, and then he does D4, and then Queen F4, and then Queen H4, and then you can do Queen F1, or then he's just spilling off. He's spilling off variations in chess notation from multiple games that he played, a week or so ago, or that someone else played. And I feel like, when I'm reviewing with Muse, or I see Muse reviewing, or I see Noah reviewing, like, these are the moments where I'll be the closest I'll get to seeing that sort of thing in Shogi, where it's just where I'm kind of in awe, and I'm thinking, I'll probably I'll never get there. But I'm glad that other people have gotten there. It's one of, I will never get that strong, but I'm glad that other people have gotten that strong. And it's amazing. And that seems to correlate with, like, strength. I mean, obviously, the strength, the correlation of strength and speed to analyze. Oh, Koshiro is here. Koshiro. So I'm sorry that I'm talking you and everyone else up. I'm saying good things about you behind your back. Sign Cannon, you wish there was a way to see what openings were called by playing? Oh yeah. Well, Shogi Wars does that. Shogi Wars shows the openings. Sorta. Kosher is saying, you think the best solid win conditions comes... My best solid win conditions come in the Naka plus Anaguma. Yeah, that makes sense. Zenmius, you played Noah in ISF. What opening did you play against him? He's so creative. And he seems to have something against everything. And did he play did he play Kakutofu? Or did he play one of his, like, that's one of his opening. I would say Kakutofu, into opposing rook, obviously. He plays third file. He plays lots of things. You think Gote third file? Okay. I did see that chess.com changed their puzzles. I didn't actually see on their site. I saw news about it. So I don't know much. I don't know who the Rebbe is. A well-liked rabbi for a long time. In the 80s, they realized they needed to transcribe his talks. They found a group of people who followed him with, eidetic strong memories. Oh, interesting. I think Fabiano Caruana may be like that. I think a lot of these chess players, these top chess players, might be like that. But it's absurd. There was a 20. I don't remember what year it was. It was probably was Magnus's last title defense. Chess.com was doing a broadcast. Danny Wrench, Fabiano Caruana, Robert Hess, and they had a bit where they basically were just like showing off Fabiano's ability to talk about these positions. And it's like watching Rain Man. It's like watching Rain Man. He's just it's a level of memory and visualization and the parlor trick of speaking so quickly of all these variations. Parlor trick. This skill. It's like, it's mind, for me, watching something like that is mind blowing. DrLennon, you say 95% of your opening name knowledge comes from the Shogi Wars animations. Yeah, a lot of mine does too. I saw a great one. I saw in Anaguma where there's the silver, a gold, and another silver. It was, let's find it. Let's find it. Darn it. Let's find it. I assume it's a castle, but I don't think this is it. No, this is not it. This is not it. This is another dragon. Big Four is not it. Huh. So it's not a castle. So it must be a tactic. It was something I have never seen before. I don't know how I'm going to search for this now. Matsuo Ryu Anaguma was that one of the Yeah, it was not this. It was not this, because this looks like a dragon. Right? Yeah, this is another dragon. This is another dragon badge. It's not a dragon badge. It was a guy holding up a piece of paper. You were winning but lost in the end game. That is so common. It seems like that is so common in a lot of Noah's games. I've seen a bunch of those. It's crazy. Because it seems like he's playing somewhat dubious openings sometimes. Nakabisha Hidari Anaguma. No, it was not on the right. It was on the left. It was on the left. It was an Anaguma that was on the left. It was... Wait, how do board editor... I'm not sure if this will show up. So it was like, I think it was like this. I don't know where the this was. I think it was like this. something like this. It was something like this. Oh, Hidari is left. Oh, okay. It was a crazy game. We both were shaking. Oh, man. That's a tough draw. You know, the ISF had such... You know, the ISF, it's a single elimination tournament. It's brutal. Brutal. For something that important. I'm going to look at tactics page 7 here. Which do you think? Toyama style? This is not it. I don't think it's Pinwheel. No, it's not Pinwheel. Wait, haven't I gotten Pinwheel before? Okay, so where's left Oniguma Central Rook? Is that this? Oh, no. No, this is Tibbers. This one's great. This one's great. I love this one. It looks similar to this. It was a guy. I don't think he was in a suit, but it was a guy holding something. I thought it was like a piece of paper. All right, DrLennon, great to see you as always. Have a great weekend. You like Matsuo Ryu Oniguma? What is it? What is the shape of it? Oh, this. It was not this. It was not this. It was a cool badge. It was a badge I've never seen before. Is it possible that a streamer, like a YouTuber, might be using their own images somehow? Like, could they possibly have some sort of CSS? They probably could, right? Some sort of CSS thing where they'd put their own. I swear that the silver was here, though. I could be wrong. Yeah, maybe it's an edited badge. Maybe. Because, like I said, I have never seen it. Could it? I wonder. Could it actually have been? Could it actually have been? Like a left high Mino of something? Could it, you know, because if the position was sort of like this, if the position was sort of like this, no. I should have saved it. I really should have saved. I should have bookmarked that video or at least shared it. I was watching it on mobile. That's why I didn't share it on I think I was outside the house and I was watching it on mobile. That's why I didn't share it on the Discord. The sort of beautiful the badge that I'd never seen before. Also, I sometimes think that I'm a little too noisy in the Discord when I share like badges. I don't know if people even like that stuff. Yeah, the hint, whose channel I think his name is Sora. I think his name is Sora. He's a 6-dan Shogi Wars player. I think his name is Sora. I think his username is like Nagusu3 or something like that, or Naguru3, or I think he's someone that was recently accused of cheating. Um, let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find it through my history. I'm looking on the side here. I'm on my other laptop because I've been watching a bunch of his videos recently. He had a video against where he played Fujimori. History. So this is the person. This is the person. This is not the video. This is not the video, but this is the person. Ah, yeah, this is Sora Migishi. Sora Migishi is the YouTube username. Yeah, he had a video talking about Shogi Club 24, reminiscing about Shogi Club 24, and he said that when he hit 2,500, he stopped playing on Shogi Club 24 because he didn't want to go underneath. He didn't want to lower his rating, so he only plays on Shogi Wars. I don't know if he was joking, and obviously this is auto translated stuff, so I don't know how good the translation is, but it's along the same lines of the thing we were discussing earlier about people hitting their goal or hitting their max rating and then stopping playing the max rating so as not to lose it. His videos get a lot of interesting discussion. That's one of the reasons why I've started watching more of his, is because there's some really interesting discussion going on in his comments. And, obviously I have to translate, unfortunately, so it's a little tedious. If you see someone reaching 6 Dan with this castle, you would also say they're cheating. It's possible I did it wrong. Yeah, the auto, his are one of the first that became auto dubbed. His are one of the first shogi that I came across that were auto dubbed, and now I'm here for it. Now I am here for it. I am definitely listening to his videos auto dubbed. I'm stunned, but I am. It's rough, but I'm listening to it. Incidentally, my videos, apparently YouTube sent me an email. They sent me a personal email, a handwritten quill pen email they sent to me. They sent to me and to only me, saying that my videos were now going to be auto dubbed, and I could turn it off, stuff like that. But so I'm curious. I haven't looked at the metrics. I'm curious if anyone watches my videos on auto dub. Yeah, Toraski, yeah, I got the email too. So wait, so I'm not special? They didn't send that specially to me? So, I got 500 subs. There's a funny graph of Lee chess players who sit on rating peaks. Oh, this is good. This is good. Let me open this. That's John Bartholomew sort of jokes about this, where he said that he says, like, they joke that like a high 1400 is stronger than a low 1500, basically, because the 1500 is just they hit their peak and then they're not playing anymore. The high 1400 is still playing. So you'd rather be a high 1400 than a low 1500. This is funny. Yeah, these peaks. It's what's also somewhat interesting, although that these peaks are more. I'm stunned there's not more of a peak at 2000. Maybe there just aren't. Maybe just because I'm trying to zoom in here. I'm trying to see if I can get a zoom in on this. Obviously it is a peak. Yeah, it's relatively dramatic. There are just a fewer number of players, but yeah, I would have thought that one of the biggest peaks would have been 1500 and 2000. Those would be the two that I would have expected are the biggest peaks. What's 1500? 1500 is a big peak. It definitely is a big, it's a steep peak. Not as steep as 1400, surprisingly. This is great data. This is awesome stuff. This is great stuff. Rico, you'd be fine with auto dub if you had the option to turn them off on your end. Oh, you can. You can. Both as a viewer and as a streamer or as a content creator. My understanding is that you can in both ways. Shogi, you say it's natural that some people set a goal and when they achieve it, they stop playing. Yeah, it's natural. I certainly am falling prey to it. Good to see you, NinWorld. ultrabullet, the only real online shogi. I'll fix that for you. ultrabullet, the only real shogi. Period. The only real shogi is online shogi, and the only real online shogi is ultrabullet. What would ultrabullet be in shogi? Like 3-minute Kuramake, I would say is bullet. Is bullet. Yeah, that's considered blitz, I think, in chess. But in shogi, I would consider that bullet. Is 1 second Byoyomi ultra bullet, you think? That seems pretty forgiving, right? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe that is pretty hectic. Maybe that's fast enough. Fast enough. 15 seconds for you. 15-second Kuramake. So our shogi software does not support 15-second ultra bullet for shogi. Like you could not play 15 seconds on Shogi Wars. That would be impossible because their software just is not optimized enough. Like their software cannot handle that speed. Oh, Rico, you have to turn them off individually on each video? I did not realize that. That stinks. That stinks. I hope they fix that. That stinks. I only see it because the only one that it comes for is this person who I shared, Sora. And I leave it on for him because it's good. I mean, it's I almost wonder if the auto dubs get a different translator, because the translations for the auto dubs seem to me to be better than the translations of the captions. The auto translated captions for shogi seem to me to be much worse than the auto dubs. Okay, Todovsky, you're confirming that auto dub translations are different from auto caption. It would make sense. It would make sense. Because for shogi anyway, the auto dubs are much better. Like, if you're watching a shogi game and auto captions are almost always not even just worthless. They're just noise. But the auto dubs have been relatively good. Oh, on anime trailers and it drives you up the wall. Oh man, yeah. How would you play 15-second? How would you play 15-second bullet? I mean, Lee Shogi would. I don't know if Lee Shogi, how it affects the latency calculation and stuff like that. If you could play ultrabullet 15-second, I would love to see it. I would love to see it on Lee Shogi. Play the computer. I'm going to play Fairy Stockfish, level 1. They won't even let me select 15-second. Oh, there we go. All right, Fairy Stockfish. Onegaishimasu. Is it me? I'm Sente. Ah! 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 Oh, man. Hey, Arnold. Oh, my gosh. Oh. Woo. I was trying to play Shogi. I was trying to play. Oh, the bot still had 5 seconds. The bot still had 5 seconds. Yeah. Oh man. That's the engines. This, Fairy Stockfish is not trained on Shogi. It's trained on online bullet players. That's how it's just trained on online bullet, chess, and Shogi players. It has nothing to do with Shogi. It's playing the meta. Oh man, I wonder if Fuji could beat this guy. This engine. Now I want to see people like Furuta. I want to see Furuta-san play 15-second bullet. I need to see it. This is what I need. This is the kind of content I need. You think 1 second Byoyomi is still generous? I think I could play 1 second Byoyomi. Stockfish and Fairy Stockfish are trained against engines which execute billions of CPU instructions per second. I think they're also trained against Dirty Flagger. This Fairy Stockfish is better at Dirty Flagging than it is at Shogi, that's for sure. All right, I'm going to try a 1 second Byoyomi game. What am I trying to do? Play with the computer. Okay. It's my turn. Wait, this is not right. This is not right. What's going on? Why am I playing with Fisher? Oh, this is Fisher. This is Fisher. This is not fair. This is not fair. This is not fair. I'll win too easily. Wait, what's going on? Wait, what happened? Is that a bug? Is that a bug in the Shogi? It was set to Byoyomi 1 second. I don't even see Fisher as an option. Oh, here it is. Increment in seconds, 0. Yeah, so I'm going to try this again. I was right, though, right? Like, my clock had gone up to 4 seconds. Wait, after the 5 seconds, it's 1 second Byoyomi? What 5 seconds are you talking about, NinWorld? Did it start with 5 seconds? So it actually is not 0? Yeah, we could review the game. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, that'll show. So I have 1 second. Wait, was it a rendering bug? Oh wait, it's not showing my time elapsed, right? Oh, here's move times. So it's not updating here. So this move took me 2.4 seconds. So this is when my clock was at. Am I in the wrong layout? Oh, I am in the wrong layout. I'm sorry. I thought I was in the Lee Shogi layout. Oh shoot. I hope this is not on video. All right, so this is not conclusive. Let's try again. Play the computer. 0 minutes, 1 second Byoyomi. Okay, it's my turn. So it's starting me at 5 seconds. I've got to build up my... I don't know what to do. All right, they flagged. The engine must have flagged. You know, the difficulty here, I think, is that Fairy Stockfish is running over... Chodovsky can probably correct me if I'm wrong. I think Fairy Stockfish is running over Fishnet or ShogiNet. So these moves have to go out to someone's machine, get crunched over there, and then sent back. And so it doesn't surprise me that they can't keep up. I'm surprised that it could keep up in the the Kiramake game. I'm going to run this analysis. Interesting. So it starts with 5 seconds. Maybe that is just a bug. That the minimum it'll start with is 5 seconds. 0 inaccuracies, 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. Oh, shoot. I was going to say, we can stop analyzing here. I agree. What was the best move? Was it 3-2? 3-2 Token 3-2? So, like, is this Token 3-2 here? It's gotta be, right? It's gotta be. Either that or the pawn. The pawn 2-2. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That was fun. I like that 1 minute Byoyomi, that 1 second Byoyomi. That is hard. That is pretty tough. I mean, I'm sure like Furuta and you know, gang can do this. So NinWorld, when you play 15 seconds, do you do it here? Like, or do you play it? I'm still not sure if you're joking about 15-second ultra bullet. Like, is it possible to play a real game of shogi in 15 seconds? You know, we could, you know, for me clearly it's not. The 15-second Byoyomi game or the 15-second Kiramake game got real ugly real fast. And I got dirty, you know, I got flagged. We can try. Okay. You started your ShogiNet instance in case only one other person's running it. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm going to take a quick bio break. I need water and, you know, other things. So I will be right back. All right, back. So I wonder what the best what's the lowest amount of Byoyomi that like Fuji Sota could play a good game with? 2 seconds? 1? I guess it's at some point it becomes mechanical. At some point it becomes mechanical. So maybe like the question isn't necessarily for him, it's for someone who has the mechanics. Like Furuta, for example. I think that's why I brought him up, because I assume he's got, you know, he's playing on Shogi Wars, which is going to be a slow site, but would he be able to play a very high quality game with 2-second Byoyomi? I think so. Like, I see Kochiro and other strong people play 10-second games like masterpieces. So 2 seconds seems like it would probably be possible, especially if you have someone of that level, like playing against someone like me. They could probably play a pretty darn perfect game, right? Yeah, how should lag compensation work? I wonder about that. I don't know much at all about the tech that they've been using on chess sites for that. Fairy Stockfish is slow in 15 second. That's the thing is, I thought I was going to win on time in the 15 second, but it still had 5 seconds on me. I think the problem was I started thinking. I think that's the problem. I mean, that's always the problem with Urshin or replayers. Once you start thinking, then you're in trouble. Oh, 20. So you got. So let me try one where I'm just going to make moves, and then we can play if you want. Ah. Ah! You got me. You got me. I got him. All right. Oh no, he mated me. 47 moves. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The pause was brilliant. The BM slow roll, that was, there's so this has been trained. This has been trained on BM. That's all there is to it. And knowing that this is Todovsky's PC doing it to me somehow makes it even worse. It makes it even worse. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. What even happened? What even happened? And it still had plenty of time. It still had 5 seconds on the clock. This is true. It is Todovsky. Yeah, that's not an engine. That's not an engine. The engines haven't learned that much from us. They haven't learned that much bad manners. Fairy Stockfish couldn't mate me in a you could give Fairy Stockfish an hour and it's not going to mate me. And it mated me in 10 seconds? Todovsky's playing Mahjong. Oh. Or no, do you say that you think there's a Nakamura Hajime video where they kept playing with different low Byoyomi time control odds until Nakamura lost? Oh, well, there's that one video where Suzuki won in a legit game. There was that one video. Was it a 10-second game? I don't remember what it was. Where they did it was like amateur versus a pro. It was like a 3-game series. 15 seconds is a lucky game. Hence, Shogi turns into Mahjong. I don't know. I don't know. I would not say it's luck. Fairy Stockfish has beaten me fair and square 2 times. 2 times. And look at how safe this king is. Look at how safe this king is. What did I do? The 15 seconds is all about mouse skills. I mean, I think it's true. I think it's true, but it's mouse skills and sort of optimized play. Like, you know, if you can somehow manage to keep the play in one part of the board so that you don't have to move, you know, left and right, up and down, that seems like a real important aspect. I really thought I'd be able to just, you know, move back and forth and win. You know, after I got my dragon. This dragon did nothing. All right. Wow. I'm punch drunk. You know, it's one thing to lose to Fairy Stockfish on time, but it's another thing to get mated, and not even just mated, slow roll mated. I still can't believe it did that. Why did it do that? Why did it do that? You found the video. The last game was 30 seconds versus 5 seconds, but it's IRL. Yeah, 5 seconds is almost nothing IRL. But they have played, I swear Suzuki has beaten him in an even game. I swear he won in an even game. In one of those contests. Where it almost looked, unless he's playing it up for the content, it almost looked like Nakamura was shook after the first game. The more fun experiment is find which time controls you can defeat AI level 1 at. Oh, no, that's not fun. No, that's going to be humiliating. I will do it, though. I will do it. That seems like... What if I can't do it? I'm Sente. Whoa. What happened? Ah! Come on. Ah! I lost. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. The stuff seems a little unresponsive. Ah, he got me. I can win that. Level 8 is slower because it has to make better moves. Better moves for better shogi. All right, we're getting a rematch here. I'm Gote. Fairy Stockfish playing Nakabisha. What is up with that? Ah. Ah! I can't do. Okay, I can't. I had the mate. I can't do it. All right. 45 seconds. I need 45 seconds. Minutes per side. No. And what's this a non-shogi nonsense? Get out of here. Okay. 3/4 of a minute. We could do this. I'm Sente. Whoa. Oh, shoot. Ah. We're doing it. We're doing it. All right, that took 28 seconds. That took 28 seconds. Oh, wait, was it 28 seconds? Can I do math? Okay, 28 seconds. Okay. All right. Man has defeated the machine. Man, that's the moral of the story today. Humans are still better than machines. Oh boy. Now it's time to beat level 8. Now it's time to beat level 8 at 15 second. Jeez, I'm getting crushed. No, got him. All right, easy. Too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. Yeah, this is Josuke. I know this from some of my Shogi Wars games. I know this opening. Yeah, I put Yanara-O in an uncomfortable position. I'm very comfortable in this position. All right. Oh, that feels good. It feels good to know that humans can still compete with, nay, defeat the engines. Boy, it's a lesson. It's a lesson for all the kids. All the kids watching at home. It's a lesson for all the kids watching at home. Believe in your dreams. Computers have not taken over yet. Sure, it may be difficult to find a job. Sure, people may be asking for AI, more AI experience. But you can go against the tide. Humans still have it. Boy. Feels good. It feels good. I'm much like Lee Chang-ho winning against AlphaGo. I don't want to say that this stream is quite on the level of Lee Chang-ho winning against AlphaGo, but it's close. It's close. It's close. Yes, Cyan Cannon. I agree. I definitely did play some divine moves. I definitely did. That the mate in the other move, the mate in the other game. Yeah, the pause. Yeah, that BM by the engine. That was like Lee Chang-ho losing the first couple games to the engine and having lots of self-doubt. That losing to AlphaGo, but then he came back. He came back and won. And then he lost the fifth, right? And then he did lose the last one. But I didn't. So I guess that's one thing you could say that's different about this situation than that one. Is that, you know, after he played the divine move and he won, he lost the fifth game. But I just continued to win. I solidified it with a second win. That's why 15 second is the real deal. Many people are saying this. This is why these Shogi Pro title events, that have 2-day tournaments. Like, I could get 1,000 wins in the time it takes them to get one win in that. So who really is the champion? If Fuji Sota can get one win in 2 days, and a dedicated amateur can get 10,000 wins in those same 2 days, who is the true champion? I mean, who's to say? Who's to say? Oh boy. I would love to see pros playing fast games. Now to be dead serious, I would love to see not something ridiculous like this. Not ridiculous, but I would love to see 2-second Byoyomi, 5-second Byoyomi matches. I would love to see it. I just think it'd be fun. Maybe I'm too much. I never thought of myself as counterculture, but maybe it's just not what people like. I just think it'd be so fun and exciting to watch. And for me, it's amazing to watch good players playing fast, playing quickly, like the Shodan 7 videos, Koshiro videos, Sugar videos. Like those 10-second games to me are just mind-blowing. How they can play in those 10 seconds, like the calmness of their moves is fascinating to me. I'm not necessarily freaking out in 10-second games. I like 10-second games, and I do all right for me. But there's a lot of pressure. Yeah. I would love to see Sota Fuji farming kids like Hikaru. That'd be fun. Like Shogi Wars, see one of them just farming people. And could they? That's what I want to see. Could the pros do it? I think the young pros could. Like I think Fuji grew up in the internet era, right? He probably played a lot of Shogi. I mean, supposedly he has a Shogi Club 24 account that he used to play on. He probably loves playing. So he probably plays online. Right? Right? It'd be fun. I just think it'd be fun. I think it would be really fun. I think it would also, one of the things I like about seeing professional chess players play online in events like Title Tuesday is that you get that sense of how great these players really are. And as someone who cannot evaluate their moves objectively, outside of looking at an engine, you can get a sense of relative strength by watching these types of events. So, like, I think for me, if the pros played online against amateurs and other pros, I think it would be a great way to get a sense of just how good they are. And it would be a way to gain new appreciation for them and like them more. But if that's not what they're looking for, it's totally understandable. It's totally understandable if they don't want that. But I'd be curious. But as it stands, I'm not convinced that they would blow up these amateurs as much. But what do I know? It'd be fun. I think it would be fun. I think it would be really fun. It would be if there was a Title Tuesday for pros and top amateurs on Shogi Wars, that would be must-watch TV for me every week. That would be like number one on my TV, on across any sort of content, across anything, games, TV shows, Netflix. That would be number one on my week of things to do, is watch that Title Tuesday. Probably more than even my playing. I think I would enjoy. I would tune in for that. I would look more forward to that than to my own games. Maybe that says something sad about me. But I would eat that up. I can't believe that I'm the only person, but maybe. Anyway, it's 3:00. It's 3:00. It's Friday. I'm gonna be going out with my wife tonight. We're gonna get some. We're gonna have some. What is it called? Tacos al vapor. These like steamed tacos. There's this place that's making steamed tacos near us. I'm gonna try that. I don't know if that's any good. I'd be curious. So when you're in Texas, I don't know how you feel about this, but I would say you've got to try the barbecue. You've got to try the breakfast burritos. Oh, you grew up in Texas. Okay. Oh my gosh. I have had limited amount of barbecue in Texas, and not even from like the famous, like the good, like the well-regarded places. I'm just from like Texas chain places, and it's so much better than anything I've ever had before anywhere, in the Midwest or California. And then also when I was in Austin for some work a bunch of years ago, they took me to a place that had like breakfast burritos, or breakfast tacos, not burritos, breakfast tacos, and also normal tacos, and it's almost like a different food. It's so much better than the stuff that I have had elsewhere. It's so good. It's so good. Do you remember explaining that to your ex? She thought that a local restaurant was the best barbecue she ever had. And it was a little chain restaurant. Yeah. Like the barbecue place in the DFW airport is better than any place that we've got around here. The airport barbecue in Texas is better than any barbecue I've ever had before. And I've had, and it's not like I don't try lots of barbecue. Like, I love barbecue and we try it. You grew up getting breakfast burritos a la barbacoa. You miss them. I love that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh, the memories of that. But that's when we do go through the rare times I fly or go through DFW, I'm all about trying that barbecue. Because it's never let me down. And people tell me, well, if you think that's good, you got to go to this and that. And then I see those Food Network type shows where they focus on some of these barbecue places in Texas that are like open only on the weekend or stuff like that. And you see it and it looks like another world of barbecue. Your closest good barbecue in DFW is Hard 8, which is only 15 minutes away. Okay, make a point to stop there. Well, I'm usually just in a layover at the airport. So it's hard to get out. But anyway, I think that's it. I think that's going to be it for me today, especially, on this high of having defeated John Henry over here. If anyone knows the story of John Henry, I'm beating the machine, beat the machine, and had some good games of Shogi on Shogi Wars. Let's recap that before I go. I didn't get to find that badge. My rating came up on 10-second. It started way down, but the rating came up. I'm happy about that. The wins and losses were all right. Yeah. But don't have a heart attack. Well, that's the key. That is the key. So a good week. I will, like I said on Thursday, I will not be streaming this weekend, and I probably will not be able to stream on Monday, but we'll see. Play it by ear, and hope y'all have a great using the Texas lingo. Hope y'all have a good weekend. Do you hear? And enjoy your shogi. So I'll stop rambling. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye.